Alright, welcome back to episode 78 of LEGO Marvel's Avengers, and we're going to be jumping into the anger management level, also known as the South Africa level, and we're going to be doing this, at least to begin with, as, of course, everybody's favorite useful character, Squirrel Girl. So yeah, the Squirrel Girl. Most recently, I think Anna Kendrick sort of pitched to have, or to be cast as Squirrel Girl in a future Squirrel Girl adventure or something of that nature. I don't know, maybe it could happen. The Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of big, broad, but it also seems fairly loaded right at the moment. So I don't really know where you could do a Squirrel Girl movie before like 2020, but hey, you know, I have no objections. I think it'd be kind of a neat thing to see. But welcome back to the level that really frustrated me, the last time. This time we've got to dig through it for all the neat stuff. Alright, so you can see that we've got all of our favorite radar indicators going off, and we're going to go away from the Iron Man Mark VI and to our more normal character, the Vision, as we go scouting around here. Now, we will need Mjolnir at some point because that activates Quicksilver between his mini-boss events. But first, we're going to be moving around, looking for things, and because we have essentially nothing from this level as it stands. We do have the True Avenger bonus, so that's good. So we'll start off over here with the Collector. And the Collector is looking for Vibranium. Now, if you paid attention during the time that we were here in the story mode, you'll note the Vibranium is found on the other side of the area in sort of a closet, looking kind of like this purple stuff here. Okay, I don't have access to that gold chest right now. And I'm still looking for, scouting around looking for where things might be. The box is bouncing up and down, but as you know, it's important later, so it's not going to be destroyable right this instant. However, I could probably blow this truck up. No, this truck is resisting explosion as well, so keep that in mind. You can see that, again, we can't activate that gold chest in there. That's part of the Scarlet Witch boss fight, I believe, so we're going to have to wait for that. So we're going to have to look around and find somewhere else to go. So, you know, we know that the collector's thing is in here, and I'm pretty sure I know where the Vibranium is. I'm looking around for other things that might be useful here. Like we have this forklift, and clearly this forklift is supposed to be repaired by a repair character. Something you couldn't do in the story mode because you didn't have Iron Man in this particular section. Okay, it looks like there's something back here, but if you remember from the story mode, that partition gets lifted up over the course of fighting Quicksilver. So don't really have to worry about that right now. I'm going to go and fix this forklift with the Iron Man Mark 6. Now I'm not exactly sure what... Oh, there's a box over here. And if we just lift the box up, there's the mini kit right down there. And so that's the first mini kit from this level. So now I'll just do a little wanton destruction here, and his vision is waiting for us up top. So you can see that there's a glass window here, and that would be something you would target with a character like Hawkeye. So we could look at that, or okay. In fact, let's pull out Hawkeye in his classic getup. Alright, now we've got a hole in there, and so now it's just a matter of getting into that window. Yeah, there he goes. The vision gets in there. Needs to manipulate that, and voila, we have our second mini kit. Just like that. That seemed rather easy. The problem is the next window over. Alright, so now I'm going back to Hawkeye. Because there are only, there's just a couple mini kit arrows. And then we still have that collector mission to run. Just playing around with this gold box, seeing if I can blow it up. So let's go ahead and blow up the closet here and reveal the vibranium. Hopefully the Black Panther won't mind us taking some of his vibranium that was stolen from him and giving it to the collector. You also notice that we passed a indicator for another mini kit up in the corner, which was sort of weird considering it's hard to see that on the main screen. But you can see the third arrow up here above us. And I'm still looking to break open that box, and the box still doesn't want to play nice. Okay, that's nothing for Quicksilver, so we can't mess with that. We don't need to pick up any more vibranium. So there are 3 things we could investigate. One of which requires Quicksilver to move on to get to another one which requires the Scarlet Witch to break out of this room to give us access to it. And the third one up in the corner, which apparently we're going to ignore for right now. For an arms dealer, Ulysses Claw sure needs, a lot to be desired, considering that I've blown up several of his missiles and they haven't even exploded. Okay, well, we can't switch to the Hulk here. And again, it doesn't really do us any good to jump up this platform right here where it is, because it moves after we move Quicksilver around. Okay, well, we're going to attempt to use a created character here. Now, the problem with having a created character who is also, or a speed character who also carries Thor's hammer, is they can't throw the hammer. So we're going to have to move on the Quicksilver boss fight using Thor. Alright, so we're going to hit him a couple times, or once. Give us another thing to do. In this case, create that power node down there. Now that's going to wrench up this elevator and that jump pad. The other thing it does is it reveals the gold wall behind the elevator. And so now we can send in somebody with a laser, in this case the Vision, to go cut a hole in the wall. And there's another minikit. So we've gotten 3 minikits in this stage, with 2 more in this little section to find. Again, one of them requires us to move on to the Scarlet Witch boss fight, and the other one is up in that corner. So again, I'm sort of examining how I would try to get in there. I don't really see a vent or something like that that would enable me to get over. I'm going to attempt to create an earthquake to break the glass over on the right, but it's not really made of the breakable glass, so that's not going to do me any good. Right, so I'm going to be looking. So what I can do first off, I can fly up this area. To set up the second part of the mini boss fight for Quicksilver. And since there's a detector thingy there, I'm going to send up Spider-Man to deal with it. Okay, now we're just having a little too much cuteness here with the webs. Right, so there's the breakable point for Thor. I'm just kind of looking around. Places I could get back to. I just kind of completely missed it. I'll need Thor on a solid surface to throw his hammer. And so now we move on to the third part of the main boss fight with Quicksilver. And now we can start messing around down on the floor below again. And it looks like we're finally going to send somebody after that minikit. So you can see it's up there on the very top. And it doesn't feel like our character can get there. And it doesn't feel like the game is going to let Thor fly high enough to access that minikit. So we have to test this, see if we can indeed get Thor up to the top level, or a different character. Okay, well, we're having a hard time shooting at the minikit, which sometimes works. I think it worked in the Star Wars games in the space levels. Okay, nothing for Hawkeye to shoot at here on this window. Bring Spidey back just to speed up this process. And we'll bring in Captain America to open this shield point. Which takes Quicksilver's game away and opens up the final point for Thor to throw his hammer into. So we could go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we've defeated the end of the Quicksilver boss fight, which brings in the Scarlet Witch boss fight. Now, this is the tricky part. She breaks that window down where that other minikit access is, and so we have to go into that window while she's there. Shooting her mental energy around. So we're gonna turn into Vision because he is at least able to regenerate his stuff if he gets hit. We just need to somehow fly into that room. And this is easier said than done. I'm not really sure why this is as difficult as it is. The difficulties lie in a couple spaces. First off, you've got a very small target you're trying to hit to get into. Second, she's shooting at you and can shoot you down out of the air with her mental energy. And if you just go ahead and break the bridge, it ends the level, or at least this part of the level. And as you guys know, we left 2 mini kits there. And obviously, we're going to have to go back and get those. And that'll happen maybe not next episode, but the one after that. So I will see you then for the